Everything okay?
Yeah.
When I started acting in the 1980s, feature film actors and television actors were two different worlds. Love you! Doing television was considered second tier to film. The goal for your career was to do film and to avoid being part of the television world. I was lucky enough to take my first steps in cinema. My first feature film was on the set of Salome, which was presented at the Cannes Film Festival. I will never forget that red carpet. Then Ettore Scola called me for the movie La Famiglia, which was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Foreign Feature Film. I still remember my curiosity about television, and the internet was still just in someone's imagination. The power that the internet would unleash over the years was simply conjecture. You have Oscar-winning actors who are doing original series on digital platforms like Netflix and Amazon. Reality stars that are becoming top models and influencers on Instagram. On-demand services far exceed cinema movies. How did this revolution occur? And above all, what has changed in Hollywood? For over a century, Hollywood has been a dream maker for the entire world. Here's where directors and artists have transformed illusions into realities, continuously challenging new technologies. The first stars were born in the era of silent movies. Mary Pickford, Charlie Chaplin, Mae West. It's with this caliber of actors that Hollywood became known as the maker of stars. From silent movies to speakies, from black and white to color, from TV to digital effects, all the way to the digital era, the entertainment business has always followed one mission: nourish the public with stories that were real, desired, or even just dreamt. And today, the soul of Hollywood is in substance made of dreams, but it's also continuously changing, and it's not easy to see what the future holds, even for an insider like me. Hello? Hey, Brian, are you close by? Okay, I'm waiting for you. It'll be fun, because I want to learn something too. Ciao, bello. Yeah. Brian Gilbert is a friend and producer who for years has worked between cinema, special effects, TV, and new media. He came by for a talk a couple of days ago. Talk to us about your journey, first of all.
It's been over 26 years. I started out as an assistant at a company called Orion Pictures, which doesn't exist anymore. And got to look behind the scenes at the inner workings of films like Dances with Wolves and Silence of the Lambs, which won consecutive Oscars. And then from there, I went on to start a production company for a guy named Stan Winston, who's famous for creature effects.
He won Academy Awards for his...
He won for things like Aliens, Predator, The Terminator, Avatar, Iron Man, Edward Scissorhands.
And now, you have gone on, you're about to be head of programming of a new...
It's called the Bingeable Network.
What is going to be the main... Is there a concept of content? Is it going to be more like National Geographic or more like Fox TV?
It's a streaming video on demand service, and there's going to be a wide breadth of content. We're just putting that all together now.
And that's what this whole episode is about. It's about how we went from black and white feature films, and now we're in a whole new digital era with the internet.
The internet really came to widespread fruition in the late 90s and early 2000s, and the bigger companies, traditional media companies like the studios and the networks, they didn't have to respond too quickly because the technology, number one, was at such an early stage with regard to what could be presented, and number two, it was at an early stage because of what the consumer could expect to get as an experience at home. There's kind of an event that's taking place right now that was similar to what happened in the music business about 15 years ago with Napster and the whole digital age.
I think studios like Warner Brothers and Fox are keeping themselves on the cutting edge, and of course all the studios, because they're all into special effects. So
they're reacting because what's happened is the technology has proliferated in society, and what I mean by that is the entertainment, as far as the platforms on which it can be offered and the quality of the experience that can be offered now, is such that they have to pay attention to it. It's the spin-off of The Good Wife is a great example. That's starting out on the CBS digital network as opposed to the broadcast network.
Right.
If you're a fan of The Good Wife and you want to watch the spin-off series, you're gonna go to their digital network to watch it.
But it's not just studios that are chasing new medias. Thinking back on Brian's words, what comes to my mind are those artists, celebrities, and actors that move swiftly between cinema, TV, and social media, and that through various apps have opened new channels of communication with their fans. Let's look at someone like Jennifer Lopez. She was someone who started as a dancer on In Living Color. Then she transformed herself through her singing career as Jenny from the Block, all the while building up her film career with movies like The Wedding Planner and Monster Mom. She hasn't said no to television and continues to act on television in Blue Bloods. She also said yes to the animated feature film Home. This savvy Latina recognized the importance of social media and now boasts a healthy 54 million followers on Instagram. She makes herself accessible to her friends, and they respond by supporting her in all of her acting endeavors. Overall, U.S. spending on home entertainment was $13.1 billion compared to $8.3 billion at the box office, according to trade group DEG, the Digital Entertainment Group. Digital represents $7.5 billion, or 58% of spending, a 15% gain year over year, while physical disc sales of DVDs fell 7%. The goal of home entertainment and digital media is the same: to bring the magic to you in your home.
There's going to be an outlet for theatrical distribution of films that will live on. But I think the market for that is going to shrink as the experience over digital networks and the like gets better.
And what about feature films? Will there always be a place for a feature film, for the 3D or 4D experience?
Live theater hasn't died because there's a particular experience that you get in live theater that you can't get at home and you can't get anywhere else. You have to go to a theater, you have to see the sweat and the imperfections of performance up close, and that's what makes it so special. Mm-hmm. And like, Rogue One's a perfect example because you've got all these people who are huge fans. You've got the energy of the audience, and it just makes it so much more fun. So that's why I think movies aren't going to die. The market's going to change. The market share of how people consume those sorts of things is going to change. But that experience you can't get at home.
No, Elsa, come on, we need help.
This is ingrained in the DNA of Hollywood. Just like in the era of the talkies, original series want to show you another world. Where else can you binge watch an entire season of your guilty pleasure in the comfort of your home? We are living in a culture of convenience and immediacy. You can order anything you want delivered to your door, from your favorite meal from the most exclusive restaurant in Los Angeles to an entire season of an online television show for immediate viewing pleasure. But the movie business is still growing. Why? Because there's some things that you cannot replicate in your home. The experience, the atmosphere, and the magic of going to the movies. We've come so far from silent movies to sound, to color, to the advent of special effects with George Lucas, to the world of CGI, and of course, the 3D masterpiece of Avatar by James Cameron. And with The Martian, Ridley Scott brought the magic of MX4D, which is an EFX system that allows moviegoers to experience the Hollywood blockbuster with moving seats, air and water blasts, and seat rumblers from the theaters themselves. And there's a director, a longtime dear friend of mine, who during his career succeeded in riding the wave of new technologies, but still remained authentic, innovative, and successful. Not only as far as movie equipment is concerned, but also for the extent of the emotions he conveyed to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Zemeckis.
So you're the most versatile director that I think of, definitely of your generation, possibly of many generations. How does that come about? Is it out of curiosity, wanting to tell a story?
I think it's because I like all types of movies, all genre movies. I think I would be very bored just making the same type of film over and over again. So I find myself attracted to things I haven't done in the past. And I've been very fortunate that I've been able to do it.
I still remember when Roger Rabbit came out, and it was such an extraordinary visual experience. I mean, it changed animation forever.
Well, you know, it was just, you know, something that I thought would be a fun movie to do, and something audacious and different, and I thought the script was good, so I gave it a try.
Winning an Oscar, Forrest Gump, did it change your career? Did it change your outlook? What did it change?
You know, winning an Oscar is kind of good news and bad news. I mean, the good news is, oh my God, I won an Oscar. The bad news is, and now what do I do?
Right.
You know, it becomes a, you know, you have a major life challenge now because you're afraid that you'll never do a movie that'll be received like that ever again. So you can become fearful. You have to be careful it doesn't paralyze you.
And if you could choose something that really touched you, that happened to you as a director, what would it be?
Boy, it touched me. Well, I guess the thing that, well, you know, I think that it's hearing young people saying, or people who are in the business who are younger than me, saying that, you know, that they're making films now because they were inspired by watching my films. And that means a lot to me because that's how come I became a movie director, from watching other directors' films. So that means a lot.
These days, theaters are offering premium seating with reclining seats, blankets and pillows, as well as complimentary popcorn and a full-service restaurant that offers everything from sushi to filet mignon to enjoy during your viewing experience. Who wants to watch the next Tom Cruise action movie at home when you can enjoy it at the theater with all of these perks? This marriage of traditional television with box office entertainment and on-demand video services continues to evolve, and I can't wait to see where the future takes us. Who knew I should be investing in a larger television screen?